make money, make muscles, learn game. If you're listening to me, you're a hot dude. The hot dude life is not about your physical appearance. The hot dude life is a mentality. The Hot Dude Army is a global network, and the Hot Dude Army is everywhere. Decrease your judgment of others and increase the judgment of yourself. You belong to the streets, huh?
100%.
It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating.
This is a textbook example of really good game.
It's 2021. The world has changed, and time is now the ultimate luxury. Men living in this age are still haunted by the eternal question, what do women want? You see, there's a lot of noise out there in this digital space, and that's just what it is. Noise, bad advice, endless swiping, ghosting, headaches, money lost. You see, those are problems for the average man. And you don't want to be average, do you? I've left that world of frustration behind. Any woman, any city, around the globe, I have the ultimate system to scan and find women that are ready to be with me now. We aren't talking about small petty things such as a one-night stand or even multiple weak flings, although my system allows you to get that very easily. But I'm talking about getting something far more powerful. Power, desire, true love, lust, admiration, submission, servitude, and much more. There's a way to achieve all of this, but there's just one question that stands in your way. Are you ready to take the dark pass? Boom, baby, we're alive. Welcome to Interview with a Man, episode 442, The Psychology of Modern Women. And this episode is gonna be a little bleak, but it is a stark reminder to all you men out there of what the real situation is when it comes to the psychology of modern women. And we're going to go into massive depths on this education in The Dark Past, which is coming out on August 26th. We have over 120 new men on the waiting list for The Dark Past. Does not include the thousands of others already on the waiting list for updates in regards to my services in general. If you are ready to take your game to the next level. All you need to do is go to thedarkpass.net. Click on this little box right here. Put your best email address in here. Say, yes, I want in. This is going to put you on the email address update list. And then what you can do is you can absolutely go ahead and get the alerts, okay, for when the Dark Pass comes out. Now, we have got updated schedule. All right. So, when it comes to what you're going to get, it's twofold. Okay, number one is you get this massive amount of content here over 2+ hours of webinar training right here. I said webinar training. I meant, well, I mean, you do get over 2 hours of webinar training, but you do get a 1 hour video course on female psychology. Honestly speaking, it's probably going to be 2 hours. 27 psychological video profiles with video of different women archetypes, including the way they dress, the way they look, their mannerisms, you name it, we got it. The 100-Year Seduction webinar series, this is going to be a 10-day educational webinar series live where you go in to the webinars with us and you ask your questions. We give you answers. We show you all the tips and tricks you need to understand female psychology and not be a victim in today's brutal dating marketplace, okay? In addition to that, you get the Guided Seduction Lounge. This is a Telegram chat in which you get guided seduction from a team of a minimum consisting of 9 men who have decades and decades and decades, over 100 years of experience in this Telegram chat. All you need to do to get all of this monumental value, go to thedarkpass.net. Get on the waiting list. This is my biggest, most in-depth educational course I've ever put together. And some good news. I have the schedule pretty much finalized for the 100-Year Seduction webinar. Okay. So, I'll pull that up for you right now. Take a look. All right, so here we have here. The 100-Year Seduction webinar training starts every night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, September 1st, Mateo from Attraction Japan. I will be on his show, by the way, this upcoming Monday. It's going to be awesome. The Sinister Reality of Female Psychology. September 2nd, 9 p.m. Yours truly, MLD, Incremental Indoctrination. September 3rd, 9 p.m. King Dre, To Be Declared. September 4th, 9 p.m. Red Pill Thor, The Art of Dread Game. September 5th, 9 p.m. Troy Francis, Dark Triad Game. September 6th, 9 p.m. Paul, Apex Mindset, Hypnotic Voice Patterns for Seduction. September 7th, 9 p.m. Sterling Cooper, Control Her Mind with Dirty Talk. September 8th, 9 p.m. Mateo Returns, Dominant Sexual Escalation. September 9th, 9 p.m. Red Pill Thor returns, Creating Dominant Masculine Presence. This is the biggest X factor in today's dating marketplace, okay? This is super, super potent and will only get stronger as years go on and men become bigger batches of soy. September 10th, Off of Kingdom, To Be Declared. You know it's going to be spicy. You get all this. This is 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours minimum of live coaching in your face. If you don't sign up for this, may the force be with you. How's everybody doing? I am regretting putting on this vest already. It is so hot. Probably, I'm just undoing this right now. We're opening it up. We're going full WWE. Woo! I'm hot under these lights. Happy Thursday. It's going to be a good one today. So it's not going to be too wild. Ridoku says, what are you charging, MLD? It is $19.97 for the course, as stated in the massive print at the end of the commercial. So there you go. How's everybody in chat going? What's up, Cal L? Shout out to my members. What is up, Cody Mouse? What is up to who are my members? That's it. Just Cody Mouse and Cal L are the only members in the Hot Dude Army. If you want to join the Hot Dude Army and get all these exclusive Hot Dude Army privileges, shout out Gabriel E is in the house. What's up? Click on that right there. You get all the red pill emojis, blue pill emojis, the Bitcoin emojis, the golden eggplant, you name it, you got it. It's $9.99 a month, and it's just a way to support me as a creator on this platform. And we're going to talk today a lot about the psychology of modern women. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's actually going to be really good. Remember I told you about that one girl who was just so nasty on the Fresh and Fit podcast? And she was just like so nasty to the kid from Roommates, Hafiz or whatever. So take a look at this. This is hilarious. Hilarious. I remember I told you karma would come for this chick. Now I'm not trying to be like, Jesus is real and the devil is a liar and all that shit. Okay. But I just want to show you this. I personally find this karmically hilarious. Remember how she was talking about her website and her Instagram and all her stuff? Well, looks like they completely depersoned her. And again, I just think it's funny because she was such a nasty person. So nasty. You're a mean girl, Katie. You're a mean girl. You are a bitch. Name the movie. Here we are. Oh, hilarious. Hilarious. This is a perfect example opening to talk about the psychology of modern women. Take a look at this. Oh, man. This is the chick that was really rude. What's up, King Dre? This is the chick that was really rude to the guy, Hafiz. I think that's his name, Hafiz. He's the black guy who kind of lost frame on the Fresh and Fit podcast. And this girl was like, fuck you, I don't respect you, blah, blah, blah. Well, sweet karmic justice has struck once again. Check this out.
Hey babes, it's Jessie. Thank you so much for watching this video. I want to talk to you about a couple different things and a big announcement that I have to make as well. So you probably know me from my Instagram.
Do you guys see what I see?
Or Twitter or OnlyFans or Snapchat or TikTok or maybe some shows that I've done in the past. But I've always gone by Jessie Tron, and that's probably how you know me, Jessie Tron. So yeah, I've been
Jesus Christ, people simping in the chat already. Slippery Pickle says she's beautiful though. This kind of girl, no matter how beautiful she is, will ruin your life. Okay? Ruin your life if you do not have your shit together. Which you don't if you're writing comments like that. Good Lord.
Jessitron. Since the 9th grade of high school, I made that name up after watching the Transformers movie. And I love that name so much. I love my username. But as you probably know, or you don't, I will tell you. They deleted my Instagram, they deleted my Twitter, they deleted my TikTok, they deleted my Snapchat, they deleted everything. So all this has been happening to me in the past 2 months, where I've been deleted on all social media platforms.
I just get like total Uncle Rico vibes. I've been going by that name since the 9th grade, and now I'm 24, and I'm still holding on to the past. Like, you know, are you going to tell me you could throw a football over those mountains as well? I'm so impressed by you, lady.
Except OnlyFans. Thank God my OnlyFans is still amazing. I love all of you guys on OnlyFans. So I was known as Jessitron on all my social media.
Slippery Pinkle, doubling down on his simping, says, I still believe she's a beautiful woman. Please don't be mean. Oh, Lord. That's just the soundtrack to your life, buddy. If you are blown away by this woman's beauty and you're not repulsed by what she's really showing you she is, I mean, you might as well just buy some Dogecoin while you're at it.
Platforms until recently that they've deleted me everywhere, and I love Jessitron and what I've built it up to be. I started that when I was in the 9th grade, and I think that was like 5 years ago or something, 5 or 6 years ago, that I've been Jessitron. But it hurts me a lot that Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and everywhere, I was targeted and deleted. And every account I make on any of those platforms, I get deleted as soon as I make the account.
Yeah, and this is a result of all you women getting so mad at people and pushing that report button when somebody triggers you on Tinder, Bumble, Instagram, you name it. All you're doing is optimizing the AI to further censor people like you. But of course, you don't think more than 5 minutes in front of your fucking face. So now when it happens to you, all of a sudden, it's an injustice.
I get deleted or suspended or deactivated. And I know this is a problem that a lot of people face nowadays, and I'm definitely one of those people that were affected by social media because my work here is on social media. But yeah, my brand as Jessitron, I love this so much, but unfortunately she's been banned everywhere. So I went on this podcast that
this guy, Slippery Pickle, she sounds like she had a hard life. Well, why don't you just cash app her, bro? Send her a little money, make her feel better. Send her a deep, heartfelt message too while you're at it.
I think was the reason why I was deleted everywhere, because I was targeted a lot, and I was left a lot of hateful comments and hateful messages on all my social media platforms. They were threatening me. They were telling me a bunch of horrible things, which for the most part I did ignore. I don't let that get to me, but it did take a toll on my brand at Jessitron, because I was very proud to say my name and say where I worked, and
which is OnlyFans. That's where you worked.
You know, just express myself. But I did end up getting a lot of hate because of it.
Somebody told me a new joke to call OnlyFans. It's called Only Plan. I mean, a woman going on OnlyFans is like the equivalent of a man selling drugs for a living. Just like taking the supposed easy route, but the long-term repercussions of it are you're a 42-year-old psychopath ranting on the Fresh and Fit.
Because I'm an only.
Speaking of the devil, Fresh and Fit has just entered the chat. We're going to give you my version of the Don DeMarco. Shout out to Fresh and Fit in the chat. What is up?
OnlyFans model, and you know, I love what I do. I did get a lot of hate from being confident.
Being confident. Being insufferable is the correct answer.
So, yeah, basically, I believe that that's the reason why my social media was deleted as Jessitron. It's really sad for me to let it go, but every time I try to make a new account with my name, which is Jessie, I get deleted right away. Yeah, I have so many things planned out to do, but I'm not going to be doing it under Jessitron. I'm actually going to go by a new name now. This is going to help me yeah, so you can still call me Jessie. I'm still Jessie if you know me personally, of course. That's my real name, but I don't want to go by my real name anymore. I want to be able to do more and express myself in different ways that my real name wouldn't allow me to.
Does anybody buy this stuff? Does anybody believe? I mean, yeah. I mean, people like Slippery Pickle believe it. And I do think she's pretty and probably had a hard life. Well, like I said, buddy, just Cash App her. I believe in all people having second chances is all. Dude, you can give her 100 chances. Every $100 you send her is one chance. So give her like 10 chances. Send her a heartfelt message as well while you're at it. Let her know, hey, you know, I understand that you were a victim of internalized misogyny and a patriarchal structure. And I am here to save you. I am Slippery Pickle. And I will save you. You let her know. Ted Cruz is in the house. Welcome, Ted Cruz.
So if you watched the whole video, I'll let you know what my name is gonna be. So my new name is Allison.
Hilarious. New name is in the title, but hey, spoiler alert, since you watched to this point in the video, I'm going to let you guys know. What an awful name, too. Like, Allison Cactus. As soon as I hear the word cactus, I think prickly. And as soon as I think prickly, I think unshaved vagina. So I think Allison Unshaved Vagina. That's like, this is just a terrible name. I don't want to hear anything regarding sex and cactus in the same sentence at all. Yet she is selling herself on OnlyFans as Allison Cactus. I mean, just another sign of this marketing genius.
You're gonna find me on Instagram at Allison Cactus, on Twitter Allison Cactus. My OnlyFans is also gonna be called Allison Cactus, and yeah, basically, I love plants, so.
Thanks so much for loving plants. I really was really worried about that, but now I understand.
I put a plant in my name, and
you guys don't donate $100 right now. You're a beta male. You're a cuck. You're blue pill for life.
All
You're
right.
gonna send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Fresh and Fit podcast, #1 dating podcast in the world, is in the house. They say $19.99 super chat. She tried to come on the show and clout chase and got embarrassed instead. She called me a misogynist, and when I told her you don't even know what that means, she couldn't define it. Can't make this up. SMFH. going to talk about chicks like this today.
To something that people can't really find me in my hometown, or my haters. They can't find me anymore, so don't tell them. I'm just kidding. Haters are welcomed as well. But yeah, I'm turning over a new leaf, and
because she loves plants,
I'm going to be able to express myself in different ways that I couldn't before, because I was tied to my real name. And
the pictures on OnlyFans are going to change now. They're going to be different naked fit pictures.
A lot of people have lots of names. So on the list of that, you're going to see me under Allison. It's going to be so much fun. I have so many things planned. YouTube videos, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and OnlyFans. So make sure that you tune in to watch me and what adventures I'm going to be going on. This isn't even that big of an announcement, because I have an even bigger announcement. There's so many things coming up for me, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So make sure that you tune in and watch me. So yeah, you guys need to stay tuned for all the new content I'm gonna be making under my new name, and pretty soon that's all you're gonna know me as. So we're gonna say goodbye to Jessie together, and we're gonna say hello to Allison, because Allison is the new page. Okay.
I want to stab myself in the eye with a pair of chopsticks. Where's that new content, lady? All right. I'm excited. This is a great, I mean, you could clearly look at this. She's bragging about being a business owner and having a great website on her on Fresh and Fit, and here she is like, be sure to check out my website. It's completely cut out from my awful YouTube banner, but hey, what do I know? 12 subs, pathetic. She's only like a few behind me, so don't worry about that. Good Lord, Jesus take the wheel. Devil is a liar. I don't even know what to say. I honestly, guys, this is why, like I said, today is not going to be, I'm not going to chimp out or anything today. I'll chimp out later in the week. But I just want to show you guys, like, today's going to be a very simple breakdown episode of just like what is going on with the modern female and modern female psychology. It's not going to be sexy. I don't have like spaz out. God damn it. They got rid of that fucking website. They got rid of the whiteboard website. I can't believe that. Why would you do that? I'm going to make a new one. Free whiteboard website. Whiteboard.fi. Yes, I agree. Just let me draw. Oh, fuck. Got to register. Great. Kill me. Here we go. Does this work? Tutorialspoint.com. There we go. All right. We're going to party like it's 1995. We're going to MS Paint. Bill Gates is still good for something, and that's... All right, Fat Dono, $25. I could finally go to college. Thank you so much to Dan Sparks all the way from Dubai. With the dono. Appreciate you, dog. Let's see if he's got a message attached to that. Good Lord. It's just, look, remember, guys, this is the August of Ascension where we are going to rise up together, okay? Rise above the treachery that is the modern woman. And we're just going to talk about how really it's just there's really just no reason whatsoever to pedestalize these chicks at all, okay? And give you an idea of what's really going on. Dan Sparks, $25 super chat. Direct Dono says, I wouldn't touch her cactus with your
You guys don't donate
panda.
$100 right now. You're a beta male. You're a
Thank you
cuck.
so much.
You're blue pill for life. You better
Oh,
send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
he's fighting back. Slippery Pickle, $4.99 super chat. I am not a simp. I was just giving my opinion, okay? Anyways, I just recently found your channel and support what you do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Eventually, this is what you're going to say to me.
I'm stupid, you're smart. I was wrong, you were right. You're the best, I'm the worst. You're very good looking, I'm not attractive.
All right. As long as you're willing to admit that. Now, are you ready to get down to business and do exactly what I tell you to do?
You answer me that, Slippery Pickle. Guys, I'm sweating my nuts off. I've got to change this thing. I'm trying to look cool. Okay? Just give me 1 second. I'm going to change my shirt. I'm sweating over here like a whore in church.
We can get the drama poppin', we don't care. It's going down, cause I'm around. 50 Cent, you know how I get down. What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? They say I walk around like I got an S on my chest. Now that's a semi-auto. In the vest on my chest, I try not to say nothing. The DA might want playing court, but I hunt a duck nigga down like it's a sport. Front on me, I'll cut your gun, butt your buck. You getting money, I can't get nothing with you, then fuck you. I'm not the type to get out for DWI. I'm the type that can you connect when the coke price rise. Gangsters that bought my shit, them they know me. I grew up around some niggas that's not my homies. 100 G's, I stash it. The Mac I blasted. These come, we dump the diesel and battery acid. This flow's been mastered. The ice I flash it, jokes me. I had your mama picking.
All right. I got the Razor Ramon. I got the Razor Ramon vest on. We're ready to roll, baby. So let's go to Razor's Edge together. Fastest workouts for the win, says Harry's Ecos in the chat. Congratulations. That's where it's at. All right. So we're going to talk about the psychology of modern women, right? And just how to truly understand what is going on with these chicks and what is actually going on in the modern dating place, right? Because a lot of you gentlemen out there wrongfully pedestalize these chicks and wrongfully believe that these chicks are somehow above you. Now, the thing is this, right? Here's the number one thing. The way American society is set up, Western society is pretty good, okay? It's quite the scam, I gotta say. It's quite the well-engineered scam, all right? So, okay, now... Okay, now here is Western culture, okay? Get ready. Professor MLD is in the house. This is going to be a lecture lesson, okay? And you're welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, by the way. I'm 4 people away from having 14,000 subscribers. You know what that means? That means that YouTube is going to suppress 13,500 of them. So let's get those suppression numbers up, okay? So Western culture hypersexualizes women, okay? It hypersexualizes women, all right? And this is seen in media, okay? This is seen on social media, okay? This is seen in music videos. My favorite piece of propaganda machine lately, Netflix, and in Hollywood, okay? So, first things first is they hyper-sexualize women, okay? In Japan, it's not like this, okay? If you watch Japanese TV, all right, girls are depicted as cute, girls are depicted as feminine, and on TV, women actually respect men. There are commercials where it shows a Japanese woman sitting down next to a handsome man, and it shows the woman getting nervous and being like, oh my God, do I smell good? I hope I smell good because there's a handsome man here. And it's like, that's why you need Mr. Tanaka's deodorant, because you want to smell good for a man. And it's like the woman's like putting on the deodorant. She's like, oh my God, finally, I don't smell bad in front of this man, right? And they actually kind of put things in a little bit more realistic perspective in regards to media perceptions, commercials, etc., right? Now, in Western culture, it's just like everything's hyper sexualized, right? Like, I think one of the most viral things was the GoDaddy.com commercial where there's like a woman and she's just like being like, I think she's like wearing a bra and she's like super busty and she's like, GoDaddy.com and blah, 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 right? You see this in people like Bad Barbie, right? This chick she just turned 18 and she like built up all the hype to release her OnlyFans, right? So you have people, men and women, looking at an adolescent child, anticipating the day she turns 18 so they could look at her naked and nude content. So you have the hypersexualization from a young age, and women in the Western culture, they're not taught like, hey, be feminine, right? Hey, like learn to cook, be a decent human. They're taught two things, all right? And this is what Western culture teaches women. Number one is you are the best because you are a woman. Period. And if you don't feel like you're the best, it is somehow due to men. And then the number two thing that they do is they hyper sexualize women. Okay? So when you hypersexualize women and you glorify all these women in the culture, through the pop culture, through the music industry, the movie industry, right? Social media industry now, what you're essentially doing is you're telling all women, right, that you too can have a fantastic life of fame and stardom, riches, glamour, popularity, and the number one thing women want, attention, right? You could do all these things. All you need to do is sexualize yourself. So I will say this, right? Out of all the chicks that I have had sex with around the world, I got to say, the ones that are like the best in bed are American chicks, right? And that's because they are just like, they focus everything on their sexuality. They are just, like I said, hyper sexual, okay? I personally like it when the girl's feminine and inexperienced and she just lays there, as EC Smooth says in the chat, just lay there and sweat. I'm more attracted by an inexperienced feminine girl than a girl who's like, I'm a turbo whore, let's do this, right? And it's cool. Like, turbo whores' lives matter as well. And it is good time. It is a good time sexually. But long term, I don't know, just the number one thing is that's pretty much all they lead with when it comes to being in a relationship. Okay? They don't bring anything else to the table other than their hypersexualization and being good in the bed. Okay? That is the reality of the victory feminism has had. All right? So, now, here's the other side of the coin. Now, Western culture hypersexualizes women and puts it everywhere, right? So, men pedestalize women for this. Okay? Because the hypersexualization of women in the culture also affects the men. A lot of men, if not properly educated, think that, oh, well, that's pretty much all she needs to bring to the table is her hypersexualization. And I'll, quote, man up, and I have to do everything else to keep this relationship afloat. So what this does is you have a hypersexualized culture where the women are hypersexualized, right? And men pedestalizing this. What does this create? Okay? This creates a nation of simps. And simp nation, number one, is America. Okay? America is not the best country in the world. America is a fucking shithole. And all these people who cling to the ideas that America is so fantastic, the only thing America really brings to the table that a lot of other countries do not is economic freedom. That's it. The ability to make money and enterprise in America is massive. In that aspect, yes, it is probably the best in the world. But that's about it. The infrastructure is fat. It's a population of disgustingly obese people with, how can I say, 70% of all people either being, and this is men and women, being either obese or overweight. Okay? Damn it, my head keeps covering this fucking thing. Oh, well. Anyways, you guys know. You guys know what I'm writing here. Simps. Okay? So this creates an imbalance because now what it does is it creates a... How do I do ignore? Okay. So now what you do is a feedback loop is created. And this is how it goes. Okay? So the market glorifies whoredom, for lack of a better word. Okay? And I'm talking if you go down to not only just the physical glorification, okay? Have you ever watched Nicki Minaj's video, Anaconda? It's just a bunch of chicks shaking their ass for 3 minutes in a row. Like nothing artistic about it, nothing. Just chicks shaking their ass. And I remember she had the audacity to argue that she didn't get best music video, and she lost to Taylor Swift, who had an actual really good music video called Bad Blood that was filled with feminist like doctrine in it. However, it was a very well done music video. But this is how low the bar has been set. So you have the market glorifying whoredom, okay? Now the market responds, right? Men simp. Women mimic. Okay. This creates money, right? Such as OnlyFans, etc., etc. They buy back into the media. They support the music. They support the products, Kardashians, you name it. And this is what is driving the economic machine that is the United States of America primarily. This is also in the UK and Australia. But this is what is driving it, okay? And to stop this system means you got to stop the money. And everybody knows in America, once you stop the money, you have problems, right? There's a reason why women are perpetually protected on social media, because they're the product.
If you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male, you're a cuck, you're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Slippery Pickle says, when do you serve a woman in the relationship? by allowing her to be there. That's how I serve her. By her having access, the privilege of access to a guy like me. That is how you serve her. Because if not, she can go get herself a fucking silver medal. You see, I can tell you are fundamentally broken because your number one concern is you're asking me when to serve a woman in a relationship. And the true nature of women is to help and serve men. That is when women are their happiest. Women are at their historical unhappiest point in the history of mankind because they have strayed away from their original purpose, which is to find a good man, latch to him, help him, start a family, and support him on his mission. That's the happiest women. Okay? You know what they say? Behind every man is a successful, or behind every successful man is a woman, a good woman. You know why? Because she chose to follow that man. That's why there's a good woman behind every man. She chose to follow him. She chose to serve him. She chose to nurture and lift him up. The moment you start thinking, how can I serve this woman and how can I take care of this woman in a relationship, you do that by being a man, by being a masculine man on his purpose. Ooh. Jesus, take the wheel. So anyways, this is the cycle that they get into. And as you can see, when we saw the chick, Nina Unrated, right? She is still 42 years old and caught in this perpetual cycle. She is also miserable. Trav Terrell with a very good comment in the chat. He says, when women like you, they plan surprises for you. They spend money, initiate sex, give you ideas to help, want to nurture you. Only when a woman does this for me will I do certain things for her. Very smart. Very smart. Slippery Pickle says, but what about her feelings? Do I just forget that? And do I serve my own? Yes.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
It's another thing, right? It's funny about Western culture is just traditional male desires are demonized. Not even disregarded. Demonized. Okay? Demonized. So, this is the typical feedback loop in the United States of America, okay? It is not like this in Korea. It is not like this in China. Certainly not like this in China. Certainly not like this in Japan. Not like this in Vietnam, okay? It is only in the, quite frankly, sick and perverted culture that is United States of America. America has become the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And
if you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male, you're a cuck, you're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Judd Grover, $2 super chat. More super chat money. Nina Unrated ain't getting. Oh, God. The fact that she just was losing her mind over super chat money is just hilarious in itself. Andrew Briggs says, not in Thailand either. That's right. Okay. America is obsessed with ratchet culture and food. You have no idea, Trav. We got to do that episode, buddy. Trav's going to come on. We're going to talk about ghetto culture spreading in America. Oh, Lord. Jesus, take the wheel. All right. So, we're going to talk about this now. Okay. So, now, this is the early childhood of females in the West. Now, I've worked in the education system in Japan and Asia. And the great thing about the education system here is they are absolutely obsessed with studying and results. So man or woman, the only thing that matters are the results you provide, and these results are measured in the form of exams, okay? Korean people study the most hours in the world. They also work the most hours per week in the world. Japanese, close second. Singapore up there with education. China as well. America is laughable at best with its educational standards on a global standard. Mathematics, fucking joke. Literature, writing, complete joke. Ability to speak 4 languages, absolutely joke. The average American does not speak 2 languages, nor do they even have an idea of a second language, right? English is pretty much taught in all Asian schools because they know it's a global standard and it gives them a advantage in the global marketplace. Okay? This is why China has already won its war versus the United States. Okay? So, we got another super chat coming. I'm going to read this real quick. Green with the $4.99 super chat. He says,
if you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male, you're a cuck, you're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
and that's
says, tell me how good it feels to be in a non-Western dating market, John. Phenomenal. I see beautiful women every single day. Like, I'm numb to beautiful women here, and that's why simping is not an epidemic. Tell me how much that satisfies you to be with feminine women. It satisfies me. It is like drinking water in the desert. Okay? It is like drinking water in the desert. Okay? So let's talk about the early childhood of females in the West. So, number one, education is highly feminized. Okay. We have taken a stance to education in the United States of America being more about feelings and moral values rather than the real purpose of education, which is to be educated. This stance of moral superiority, pseudo superiority being taught in schools, this is not education. This is indoctrination at the highest level. Okay? The highest level. We're straying away from being grounded in reality, and we're leaning more towards feelings, emotions, and all that in the United States. Number two is this. Boys are demonized for being boys. You know, there's a cultural saying now, oh, boys will be boys, in a kind of condescending way. They don't say girls will be girls. They say boys will be boys, right? Little boys are being drugged up by the pharmaceutical companies. Shocker there, right? Don't forget to go get your poison shot. And they're drugged up with Ritalin from a young age, with a mental disease that they made up that didn't exist a while ago called ADHD, right? ADD, ADHD. And it's just boys don't learn the same way girls do, okay? Girls like to be instructed. Girls like boundaries. They like having someone watch over them. It gives them a sense of security and safety, right? Boys don't. Boys naturally revolt. It's in our nature as masculine men. This is why men never unite and come together. It's in our masculine nature to just be like, fuck this, I'm going to go my own way. That's like the epitome of masculinity, is guys saying, nah, like, I'm just going to do things my own way, right or wrong. It's walking your own path. It's being your own man. Women are the ones that are like, even women, you ever notice this? Like two women are complete strangers. Like, hey, do you want to go to the bathroom with me? Yeah, let's go. And they go off together. They herd off together, right? If a guy asks another guy, hey, you want to go to the bathroom with me? He's like, why? Do you have some fucking blow? What are you fucking asking me to go to the bathroom with you, dude? I'm okay. I'm a man. I got this. But, you know, that's just like the nature of women. And so with boys constantly being demonized in the education system, right? By default, these young girls think that they are better. They're like, oh, well, I'm not like this boy. This boy is bad. He is a bad boy. He is not following the rules. He's not following the system. The education system is constantly talking about girls, 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 right? Women in STEM, women this, women that, okay? There has never been a concentrated effort towards lifting up young boys and young men in the United States of America. Never. There is a new movement, though, that is rising up to empower little boys. And that's little boys who decide they want to be girls. They decide they're transgender. And we're going to support them and we're going to empower them, okay? So, there's hope. Watch out, #1 spot on YouTube. Here I come. So boys are being demonized for being boys. So girls from a young age begin to develop this entitlement. Okay? And this is reinforced at home because now the girls that are like 20 and 30 years old right now, okay, they were born in the 90s and the 80s. And they're more like there's a 50% chance of them coming from a divorced household being raised by a mother. And a mother in America who typically has gotten a divorce also shares these female superiority views. So you have the school system teaching women that they're better than men, that being a boy is inherently wrong, and they're coming home to a mother who also embodies these values as well. So now you have this whole positive feedback system engineered by our culture, but it is propagating false values. Okay. And it's getting out of control. Okay. Because these girls don't even have rights yet because they're still, they're still minors, right? When they turn 18, it gets wild. And it's funny to an extent because I love watching them self-destruct, thinking that they're empowered and they're the best. Okay? Number 3, most teachers are feminist-minded women. Okay? The majority of teachers are. The majority of these young women that are becoming teachers now, they're also coming from the new set of education standards in the university. And these are things based in Marxism and communism, feminism. They're teaching you that if you watched Young Me Park, who was recently on the Joe Rogan Experience, she escaped North Korea, and then she escaped from China to South Korea. Okay, so she escaped from North Korea to China, and from China to South Korea. It was so bad that she literally looked forward to getting raped to get out of her fucking shitty situation. And she aspired to go to an Ivy League school. She went to Columbia. She went to Columbia University in 2016. And in 2016, they told her, as part of her curriculum, that when a man holds the door open for you as a woman, what does this mean? She's like, oh, it just means he's being a nice guy, he's being a gentleman, being thoughtful and careful. They're like, no. What this means is he's trying to establish power over you and show you that you're weak and powerless by holding the door open for you. And this is being taught in an Ivy League school in the United States of America. A once prestigious academy, a once prestigious university, has now devolved into this highly politicized, feminized, quote, education, end quote. And these chicks are eating it up hook, line, and sinker. Then they come into the public education system and they regurgitate this shit and indoctrinate the youth at a very young age. Hilarious. There is a slight disdain and hatred that a lot of these female teachers have for young boys as well. It's reflected on their overall hatred for men because they think this little boy is just going to grow up and be another man that used and abused me in college, right? They begin to hate them a little bit. I experienced this when I was in 4th grade. This is not confirmation bias. This is just a real story. I mean, Mrs. Jefferson, my kindergarten teacher, whooped the shit out of the fucking kids in the class. Mrs. Williams, she was a sweetheart. My 1st grade teacher. And then Miss McKenzie, she was hottie. She was like one of those black nerdy types. She had like that long hair, the long Jerry curl. She just wear this red lipstick all the time and glasses. I was like, oh. Miss McKenzie, she would always pat me on my head when I got a good score. I loved her. And then there's Mrs. O'Hara, my 3rd grade teacher. This old, evil white woman. Oh, Mrs. O'Hara, you fucking bitch. But he who laughs last, laughs the loudest. I remember I told Mrs. O'Hara at one point, right, that my dream when I got older is I wanted to grow up and go to Harvard. And she read this as I wrote an essay for her to grade. I'll never forget. I remember she was reading this essay I brought it to her desk and she was checking, and she read where I wrote, I want to go to Harvard. And as soon as I wrote that, she wrote, she's like, you probably can't go to Harvard. She told me that. And now I'm a millionaire. So joke's on you, bitch. I did not go to Harvard, though. I did not. I guess she was right about that. I didn't go to Harvard. Oh, well. But you should not be shitting on any child's dreams when they're a kid at all. Okay? She's still making $35K teaching. She's probably dead. Hopefully. That was, what was that, 30-something years ago? She was like 50 at the time, 40, 50 at the time. She might be. But again, as a child, as a teacher of children, you have to realize like these children are extremely sensitive and extremely impressionable, right? Jesus Christ, dude, you are so needy. Slippery Pickle, you just need to like, I'm going to time you out. Just like calm down, dude. You are like spurging out. You just need to just relax. It's going to be okay. Okay. So this is the early adulthood. This is the early childhood of females in the West, right? That's the first step of understanding the foundation. And it's really sad because it happens at a young age. Okay. Now let's talk about adolescence. Okay. So their teen years, right? This is when they start to get a taste of their real power, which is their sexuality. Okay. From their teen years, what am I using my mouse? They begin to understand they can manipulate men. Okay. And these girls in junior high school and high school, okay, they manipulate their classmates. Okay. They manipulate male teachers. And they also learn how to manipulate their fathers. Okay, if the father's weak. And this is either, so this here is either sexually or emotionally. Okay, if you think that there are girls that are in their teens, okay, talking 13 to 17, who don't flirt with teachers that are guys and lead them on from a young age to get better grades, to get extensions, to get out of trouble, to get better grades in their homework, okay, you do not live in reality. This is an uncomfortable thing to talk about because truth is very uncomfortable, but this is absolutely 1,000% true. They emotionally manipulate their fathers, right? Because, they understand the power of tears. They understand the power of temper tantrums, right? There's somebody in that I know, and that their mom to this day, whenever something doesn't go right in the family, she just raises her voice and throws a fit. Okay, this is a woman. This is a grown woman. This is a grandma. She throws a fit to this day. And all the guys in the family like, oh, okay. Oh, whoa, calm down. We don't want to make her angry. Okay? We don't want to make her angry. All right? I do not deal with threats. I do not deal with manipulation from women at all. Okay? It's inevitable they are going to manipulate you because there's women. That's what they do. Okay? That's the only thing they know how to do. They don't have raw strength and raw power like us men to just be like, no, fuck you. How about that? I'm not going to do that. Okay? They respect that raw power as well. And if you don't have the balls to tell a woman no and mean it, if you don't have the balls to establish boundaries, to walk away when she treats you poorly, she won't respect you. Yeah, you won't like her when she's angry. What is she going to do? What is she going to do? I'm not afraid of you. The worst thing you could do is fucking leave me. Would I be upset? Maybe. Will I replace you? Absolutely. It's not a fucking doubt. Not in my life. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. My mom throws these fits to this day. And I just say, Mom, listen, you're being toxic, not dealing with this. And I either hang up the phone, stop the FaceTime, or just walk away if like I'm over home in America. Like, Mom, I'm not doing this. You call me when you calm down. See you later. Walk away. But it's a form of manipulation. And most men tolerate this shit. Most men put up with it. So, in America, this is amplified, right? Okay. Now, in the United States, women have it on ultra easy mode, right? I think it's real funny when the majority of women come over here to Japan and they can't, like American women, they usually wash out and they can't make it, right? Truly, truly funny to say the least, because Japan actually holds them to a standard, right? And so when you have everybody simping for women, media simping, social media simping, the education system simping, men simping, these chicks do not live in reality. And that's when they meet a guy that they like and the guy has game. He knows how to understand her psychology. He understands her archetype. He understands exactly what she's doing. He's 7 steps ahead of her at all times. They become obsessed with that guy because they can't control him. And the typical guy who has this understanding also has a strong masculine core, which is the most rare thing on the planet right now. Soy men are at an all-time high. We're going to be talking about this in the Dark Past, by the way. Okay. August 26th, we're going in depth on how to become this man that understands the ins and outs of women. All right, I'm just showing you the why, but the how to is in the Dark Past. Put the link to the waiting list in the chat. Click on that. Put your best email address in there. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready to have an advantage over every single man you meet for the rest of your life. So now they get a taste of their number one ability. How to manipulate men, how to control men using their sexuality and using their emotions, right? What's the best advice for a father of a girl like me? Supervise her and take away her fucking smartphone. Do not let her freely surf the internet. If you do that, rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. This is the teen years. Okay. Some of them do become sexually active, all right? And then when they understand the power that they have when they have sex with a guy, then it opens a whole new reality for these girls. However, early points in their life...
You guys don't donate $100 right now. You're a beta male. You're a cuck. You're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
Travis Terrell, $9.99 super chat. He says, MLD and I come from different worlds with different views, but we deal with the same shit with women's. Wake up, gentlemen and men. Being a man is an honor and a privilege. Don't fuck it up. You have one life. That's true, bro. There's never been a point in my life where I'm like, yeah, I just wish I was a woman. Just never crossed my mind, like, for one iota of a second. I love being a turtle. Love being a man. So when they now the thing is, typically, if they come from a healthy background, right, which there's a 50% chance they come from a broken household, right? 50% divorced house, and of that 50% that divorced, the probability if I have a strong masculine man is even lower. I would probably give that out of that 50% that is still married. I would probably say there's a 10% chance their father is a masculine guy with his shit together. For her, and that she actually respects, right? So, because again, America, along with the hypersexualization of women, it's the hyper demonization of men and masculinity. Okay. So, those are the teen years. Give me 1 second. I've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. Take a look at this. I'll be right back.
Thanks for watching today's episode of Interview with a Man. We're going to get right back to the show, but I wanted to take a quick second to tell you about my one-on-one coaching service. If you need help making money, making muscles, or learning game, let me help you. By booking a one-on-one call with me today, you can answer your questions in a timely manner. All you need to do is go to modernlifedating.com/coaching, and we can have a conversation to come up with a plan to fix your problems.
All right, we're back. So, glad to see I've lost 30 viewers already. Everybody truly wants to get their life sorted out, it seems. Red pill masturbators. Don't forget, that term was coined here. Be impressed. All right, so let's go back to this. Okay. So we got this going on. This is the teen years, right? So this is the fundamental things that have been established so far in chicks. Okay. The number one thing I've noticed, Western people in general, definitely Americans, whatnot, but more so in the women, is the number one thing is entitlement. Okay. So let's be all educated and shit, yo. Okay. So if we take a look at the definition of entitlement here, entitlement, the fact of having a right to something, the amount to which a person has a right, the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. Let's read that last one again. The belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. Okay? Now, that's the number one thing that the education system and society does to these chicks. They have entitlement. Now, the thing is, when you have an entitlement plus, okay, privilege in society, plus society supporting you for anything, man or woman, this is going to make a shit person. And in this situation, with all these things being gauged towards women, you have a shit person. Okay? When things are given to you and you do not earn them, okay, a couple of things happen. One is you're typically of bad character, right? Because in order to get good things, in order to have success, right, the real way to get success and have success in life is years and years of working on yourself, okay? You don't make a lot of money because you're a good person. You make a lot of money because you have a certain set of skills. Okay, whether you're an online marketer, you make courses, you're a boot camp provider, you're a coder, right? You're a plumber, you're an engineer, you're a nurse, you're a doctor. You are rewarded for the set of skills that you've acquired, okay? And typically to get success, one thing you have to develop is a character of understanding of many people and a character of not giving up, a character of persistence, all right? And persistence teaches you how to control your emotions, deal with failure, teaching yourself how to pick yourself back up and try again, all right? These typically make you a more patient person. These typically make you a more understanding person. This typically makes you a person with more empathy, right? And those things create you into the person that is allowed to attract success and to facilitate success, okay? And to make things happen with your life. On the other side, when you get all of the benefits of success in situation with women, money, okay, attention, prestige, pseudo prestige in the form of social media followers and whatnot, okay? If you guys don't donate $100 right now, you're a beta male, you're a cuck, you're blue pill for life. You better send me $1,000 in donation right now.
And that's
feel good. Yes, persistence is the ultimate expression of faith. Absolutely. It's the ultimate expression of discipline as well. Reading Never Give Up by Donald Trump right now. Not as good as his last book, which is Think Big and Kick Ass in Business. That's a really good book. This book is okay. But it's true. Okay? So, when you're typically given things and you don't have the character to appreciate them, is usually an incongruence that happens, right? And when you don't get things you want right away, like when your sense of entitlement is challenged, right? For example, those girls on the Fresh and Fit podcast, right? They're just so used to dudes bending over and I mean, choose your chick, really. Any girl that goes on there and like has her own attitude and wants to mouth off to Myron and Fresh and them, they're usually used to it, right? They have a sense of entitlement about them and a sense of social privilege that they think they have, that they could just say whatever the fuck they want and do whatever they want. And when Myron and Fresh and the squad doesn't validate them, some of these chicks go as far as physically attack them. Right? If somebody doesn't agree with me, there's no way I'm going to physically attack them. All I'm going to do is look down on them and be like, man, you are just fucking, you're a dum-dum. God bless you. That's about it. Okay? Smash the like there, by the way, guys. Just push the like button. I need like 75 people to press like right now. I'm entitled to your likes. But yeah, you know, the shit person is typically created, right? I mean, how many people do you know that are rich kids that actually have like really good personalities? For every like, thanks Fook. For every Fook Mac vlogs in the house, my friend over in Vietnam, pray for him. He's in fucking they are locking down, and may or may not be due to the influence of a big Asian nation. China. But how many of you guys really know like a rich person, a rich kid, not a guy who's actually earned the money, but a guy from a rich kid who's actually like a pretty decent person to be around? Okay. Sergio Zabute says they're usually depressed and unhappy. Muhammad, I just want to read your whole name because it's cool. Muhammad Ukba Ahmed Termizi. Sorry if I mispronounced that, my man. None. Most of them are simp due to generations' wealth. Yes. Right. Artemis says rich kids are either really pleasant to be around or miserable to be around. No in between. That is so true. Thomas, my buddy from Australia who watches us, comes from a pretty well-off family. Good kid. Good head on his shoulders. Thomas, if you're watching, you're the man, baby. But, you know, most kids that come from a rich family, pretty insufferable. I would say the insufferable outweigh the sufferable. And that's due to entitlement, privilege, and society supporting anything in this situation is their family, right? So this is what you have in the typical modern woman, right? Going into college, in the workplace, etc. Okay. So now let's talk about early adulthood. Okay. Harry Zikos with the wisdom says money is an amplifier. If you have a shitty character, your shit is just amplified, right? Exactly. Money doesn't change people. Money shows you exactly who people are, okay? This is why you can all clearly see that I am a benevolent leader, a kind man, a man of principle and integrity, a leader of men who is extremely handsome and educated, a man who puts your needs beyond his own. And I sit here and take abuse weekly in the comment section from the YouTube community guidelines, from the algorithm, from Tom Bombadil, you name it. I'm out here suffering for you because I am a benevolent leader. It does change people over time. I know. It just shows you who they are. Money doesn't change people. It just shows you who they are. Okay? So, let's go into early adulthood. Now, you have the hyper sexuality plus entitlement. Okay. We're going to say like 18 to 28. Okay. A lot of women, first of all, with this hypersexuality, they don't value their body. Okay? The average girl, by the time she's 30, okay, women by 30 typically have had sex with 20 to 50 men. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go into the complex breakdown of how this system is pretty awesome for guys that are in the top 20% like myself. But this is the theme of the modern woman. Here's your sign. So, hypersexuality plus entitlement equals they go for the top 20% of men. Okay. So now you have a staggering majority of all the women going for the top 20% of men because of their entitlement. Okay. Now, here is how you keep a high value man. Okay. Number one is you help him. Okay. High value man has access to sex. Sex is like drinking a bottle of water. It's nothing. Okay. Help him. All right. This is in the form of cooking, cleaning, massaging, nurturing, and not being a cunt. Just not being a cunt. Just not being an insufferable liability. That's all you got to do. Okay? But due to the indoctrination that they've received, right, in high school, society, social media, college, to cook for him is oppressing. You don't want to be oppressed, do you, sister? Cleaning for him is oppressing. Massaging him, it's oppressing. Nurturing him, what am I, your mother? What are you, a big baby? Okay, not being a cunt. You should love me exactly the way I am. Entitlement. So, men who are high value, they have leverage. Okay? Leverage means they have an advantage. $30 on the clock. What is the advantage high value men have? Go. Odin with the solid W says abundance. Andy Lee says time. No. Gabriel E. Options. Alexis, contain her. Christian Matiko, abundance. Jason McKenzie, walking away. Options in life. Attention. They are a man. Yes. Options. Abundance. Options. No biological clock. Optionality. Status, money, choice. Scarcity. Options. The truth. Okay. So the leverage these high value men have is options. Okay. When you have 80% of women coming after you, right? You have the pick of the litter. You literally have so many options. Okay? If you're a good-looking guy and you have your money right and you have your game right and you have your body right, do you understand, especially in the United States of America, how rare of a catch you are? The number one thing is having a strong internal masculine frame. That's number one. Money Muscles Game Frame, baby. That's the updated Money Muscles Game Frame. All right. When you have that internal game that is rock solid, that is your ultimate X factor. I don't care if you're 5'4". That is your ultimate X factor. So what these guys will do is, yeah, they'll have sex with these chicks. It's easy. Girls give away their bodies. They don't value their bodies. So these guys can easily fuck these chicks and then ghost them. Happens all the time. And the thing is, right, going back to this, due to this entitlement, okay, the women, they don't reflect. Because they too have the illusion of options. You see, high value men actually have options. Women have the illusion of options. They think just because guys are clicking like on their photos on Instagram, guys are contacting them, they have all these matches on Bumble and Tinder and all these dating apps, they think that, oh, every guy contacting me is my dream guy. And he's just a perfect guy. And I just have my pick of the litter. And they don't. Because the majority of dudes are fucking simps. Jesus Christ, what is this guy doing? How are you not banning this guy, bro? What a psychopath. Just know you are not man enough to ever say that to my face or the face of any of my friends, okay? Just know that you are part of the 80% of loser men out there that I'm talking about. And you can write all these racist things in the chat. You can say all these bad things. But at the end of the day, you are a weak, pathetic piece of shit of a man. Okay? Huge loser piece of shit of a man, and you will never amount to anything. Okay? You can write all the things you want in the chat. But the last vagina you ever touched was your mom's when you came out of it. Oh, man. That's your competition, guys. That is your competition. Losers like that who want to come in the chat and act like they're tough, who would literally shit themselves when physically encountered by any of the black guys in my community or myself. I don't take offense to that word. You can call me whatever you fucking want. You're not going to offend me. Okay? You have no power over me like that. Well, that doesn't affect me at all. Okay? Bitch made. Bitch made. You're sitting there, haven't had contact with a woman in a long time. Women just ignore you. Hilarious. It's all good. It's all good. Anyways, so these chicks, right? Majority of these women, they don't reflect internally. And they don't think to themselves, hey, maybe that guy left me because I'm a shitty woman. Okay? Maybe that guy left me because I'm rude. Maybe that guy left me because I'm a bad person. I have a bad character. But a lot of chicks think, oh, just because a guy wants to fuck me, therefore I must be valuable. This is how low they draw the bar for themselves, okay? And it's funny. It's really funny. Because guys will pretty much fuck anything. Okay? I've said it once and I said it again. A male loser is a guy that cannot get pussy. That's like the guy in the chat who's typing that shit right now. That guy's a fucking male loser. A female loser is a woman who cannot keep a man. Getting a man is easy. We're easy to catch, okay? We're fucking stupid easy to catch. Keeping us, that is the hard part. The majority of these women can't keep a man. They don't know how to be a good woman. They don't know how to be a good girlfriend, okay? But instead of reflecting internally, what do? Oh, well, it was just that guy. It was just that guy. It wasn't me. Let me go date another guy. And these chicks literally go and have sex with 20 to 50 guys. Okay? In a 10-year span. If not, okay? Some of these chicks more. My buddy Federico was dating this chick who I said was a hoe from day one. And she's 22, and she said she's had sex with like 130-something dudes. I was just like, yee. Okay. So, another thing, right, is that when this is happening, when this is happening, every time a girl has sex with a guy, okay, it adds a trauma to them that is really hard to undo, right? People like, for example, that chick Nina Unrated. That chick, I guarantee you, that chick Nina Unrated, she has a body count of at least, I would say 200 minimum. 200 minimum. Okay, and you could see the devastation. Roll, I got that. Yeah, I knew, man. Dude, I knew Japan had the lowest obesity in the world. That's why I moved here, man. Come on now. Dude. So many people have not been to Japan, and that's why they just don't understand. It's heaven over here. But don't come over here. It's terrible. Don't. Stay with your land whales. So then this is the cycle, right? So, okay. The entitlement fuel her to go for top 20% guy. However, she lacks the female character to keep him. Blames men, not her. Gets jaded. Okay. Comforts herself with new men plus new dick. Erodes away at herself. Okay. And then guy leaves, goes back to her entitlements. Wasn't my fault. It was the guy leave. Entitlements. Goes for top 20% guy. Lacked the female character to keep him. Blames man, not herself. Gets jaded. Comforts herself with new dick. Erodes away at herself, right? By getting more dick. Guy leaves. Entitlements. And then this is what happens. And this happens all until she is no longer sexually attractive to the marketplace, which can go on. Like I said, that Nina Unrated chick, right? She can still. I mean, you got some of you dudes in chat were fucking simping for her, right? She can milk that gravy train all the way until she's 50, but she doesn't realize that she's just continuously destroying herself and creating a perpetual cycle of misery for herself. Okay. A perpetual cycle of misery. Completely miserable. And you guys pedestalize these chicks. Because you don't understand the psychology of this. You don't understand what happens to them. Does it make sense? Whose feelings are hurt? Slippery Pickle, you still with us? You didn't off yourself, did you? Hope not. So that's the truth there about modern women. Okay. And another thing is like guys, right? Guys typically 9 times out of 10. Okay. Let's just put a poll in the chat. Just put an anonymous poll in the chat. 30 seconds on the clock. Go. See what you got to say. Question in the chat says, does a woman's sexual past bother you? If high. 71 votes are in the poll right now. 93% of the men say yes. 8% say no. Okay. John P says everyone who said no is lying, right? Yeah, and this is like, you know, not can you stomach it and can you tolerate it, but if you had to choose, like, if you're going to tell me it has no effect on how you perceive a woman whatsoever, does it make you like, sometimes you look at her and you're like, ugh, dirty bitch. You know, you're lying, okay? 91 votes, 93% of you say yes. 6%, 94% you say yes, 6% say no, right? Ted Cruz is in the house. Ted Cruz says he's alpha as fuck. Thank you, Ted Cruz. Rolo says in the chat, in evolutionary terms, a woman with a high body count is a bad bet for paternity. Right, exactly. Right. I think it's like men have an instinctive repulsion to this. And this is not just American men. This is dudes in Japan. This is dudes in Asia. This is dudes in Africa. Right? This is why for the longest time across all cultures, okay, through all cultures throughout time, what was the number one thing that was valued with a woman? What was the number one thing valued? Does anybody in the chat know? Okay. High body count means emotional instability. Bro, all women are emotionally unstable. What are you talking about? All women are emotionally unstable. That's why they're women. Okay. What's the number one thing that cultures valued in women? Bingo. Virginity, right? The virgin bride. The virgin bride has been depicted in art, depicted in religions. Okay. It's endlessly throughout all cultures there. However, unfortunately, the modern woman has destroyed that. Okay. The only way you're going to really kind of peel that back is, one, you live in a culture where it's not hyperly sexualized. Two, she lives in a very close-knit family community, where she still lives with her parents, and the father is in her life as well. And the father, she respects the father, and the father oversees her life, until she gets married, right? And so that's a very, very rare chance, though. Most women.
She belongs to the streets.
From the streets she came, and from the streets she shall return. Okay? They are streetwalkers. But again, I know most of you guys want a girl that hasn't been completely, ran through. Most of you guys want a girl without a past. It's normal, right? But the reality is, it's very rare in the West, for sure. Age is still very, very prevalent. I've met girls that are 23-year-old versions, 24-year-old versions. And this is Japanese girls, Korean girls, Chinese girls for sure, Laotian, Vietnamese, right? Shocker, because they still value family and family values over here, right? But when you go back to this, right? This is the cycle. Shaska, his name is Shalashaska, isn't it? No, not Shaska. Ocelot, one of my favorite characters in Metal Gear franchise. He says, yes, I'm married to a Filipina from conservative rural area. Two complete different worlds. Yeah, girls who are girls from the countryside, girls from, more rural areas, typically less whoredom. Of course you got the village hoe in every village, right? But that is pretty true. Miles Dolding says, I should take notes. The only note you need to take is www.thedarkpass.net. Take a note of that and get on the waiting list. Join the 120 plus men that are on the waiting list who are going to get an in-depth. If you think this little stream here, this 1 hour and 53 minutes that we've been going on, if you think this is knowledge, remember, I am still a slave to YouTube censorship and the algorithm. I cannot even speak as free as I want to right now. If you think that this is red pilling, wait until you see what I teach you behind closed doors. August 26th. Make a note of that. Put it on your refrigerator. Text your mom, all right? Hey, Mom, August 26th, all women are hoes. I'm learning this shit. You're not going to control me anymore. Put the link in the chat there for you guys. Shalashatska. But it was when I was a gamer 10 years ago. I'm still a gamer. Anthony M says a lot of men these days don't have respect for themselves enough to get it from women anyways. That's pretty true too. It's damn true if I may say so myself. But yeah. Okay. And a lot of girls, sex is like their panacea, When in doubt, suck a dick. When in doubt, come for myself with a man or a stranger, all right? A lot of these girls cover their trauma by getting ran through, right? All they're doing is perpetually destroying themselves. That being said, even these kind of chicks can be tamed, but not by any man. You really got to have yourself sorted out. Like, really, you need to have money muscles game like ultra dialed in to even stand 1/4 of a chance. And honestly speaking, 99% of you in the chat are not ready. Okay. No offense. I got some. We're going to talk about other stuff as well. Okay. I've got some positive, uplifting news, though, for you guys in the chat. For you men. For all you guys that just think, you know, women are superior to you, women are better than you, and you kind of feel like this inferiority complex about them. You'll understand here with this uplifting and positive news. Smash the like button. Let's get up to 200 likes, please. We need 16 more people to smash the likes. That's right. Go More Hike understands the updated creed of the Hot Dude Army. Money Muscles game frame, baby. Money Muscles game frame. Let's go. Got some uplifting news here. Women now drink as much as men. Not so much for pleasure, but to cope. Oh, she's got all the symptoms of a modern woman. High waist pants to cover her lower stomach. Tattoos. The fake smile. Nice wrinkles from not taking care of your skin. Just indulging in an overall unhealthy lifestyle. Let's read about this. By the time Victoria Cooper enrolled in an alcohol treatment program in 2018, she was, quote, drinking for survival, end quote. Not pleasure, she says. Multiple vodka shots in the morning, at lunchtime, and beyond. In the treatment program, she saw other women in their 20s struggling with alcohol and other drugs. Quote, it was my first time in a very long time that I had not felt alone, end quote, she says. Yikes. Yikes.org. Hello, Yikes Department. It's me. It's MLD. I'm calling again. I went to a internet marketing convention in 2019 November. And I remember they had this chick on the stage. And they had an auditorium filled of 1,000 plus people applauding this chick for her $98,000 5-day launch, okay? As you know, I've got my 7-figure award behind me. But hey, don't mind me and my plebcast and my dirty, stinking YouTube channel that is 4 people away from 14,000 subscribers. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and you'll get a little notification that pops up on the screen. And I will shout you out, and I will give you a free hit of dopamine by saying your username. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button. But I'm sitting in the audience. I've got my plebcasts. I've got my launches that have done well. And this chick has done a launch, and her program, I kid you not, and God bless this lady. God bless all the people that she helped. But her program was how to help women stop being alcoholics. How to stop female alcoholism. And she had an auditorium of 1,000 plus people clapping and praising her. And for me, don't get me wrong, okay? It's like it is a good thing. And I'm genuinely happy for any person who claws their way out of alcoholism, all right? I am sincerely and genuinely happy for any human that can escape that terrible, awful lifestyle. I used to work in the nightclub industry, and I see how alcohol ruins lives, okay? But the bigger symptom of this was so many women being alcoholics. Now, more than ever. Victoria Cooper thought her drinking habits in college were just like everyone else's. Shots at party, beers while bowling. Sir, she got more refills than some and missed classes while nursing hangovers, but she couldn't have her problems, she thought. Because of what my picture of alcoholism was, men, old men, who brown bagged it in a parking lot, I thought I was fine, right? Of course, her frame of reference is, oh, a bad man. Men are the men are the alcoholics, not the untouchable white woman like me. I have read that I am all that is superior. Since I was a young girl, and in middle school and high school and in college and in my early adulthood, I turned water into wine, for I am woman, the benevolent queen of the galaxy. Only men are these scoundrels below me, these lowly men who drink alcohol out of a brown bag in a parking lot. Me doing shots of vodka for breakfast, that is empowerment. I am a strong, independent woman. Okay, nobody bought my alcohol for me. The common image of who is affected by alcohol disorders echoed through pop culture was misleading over a decade ago when Cooper was in college. So she's like in her 30s or something now. I'd smash, not going to lie. I would not keep, but I would smash. And this looks like Photoshop. This little her chin's disappeared right there. I smell filter. The neck too. I think they edited out her like neck veins. Got that eagle eye, motherfucker. Anyways, back to my plebcast. For nearly a century, women have been closing the gender gap in alcohol consumption. Oh, Jesus is real. Binge drinking and alcohol use disorder. What was previously a 3-to-1 ratio for risky drinking habits in men versus women is now closer 1-to-1 globally, a 2016 analysis of several dozen studies suggested. And the latest data from the United States from 2019 shows women in their teens and early 20s report drinking and getting drunk at higher rates than their male peers. Progress, women. Somehow this is men's fault, though. In some cases, for the first time since researchers began measuring such behavior. Oh, man. Hilarious. Hilarious to say the least. Sad, but hilarious. Remember, twice the pride, double the fall. It was in Star Wars, so you know it's true. Okay. Count Dooku cut off Anakin's arm. What did Anakin do? Cut off both of his hands and then cut off his head. Okay. And then what happened to Anakin? Obi-Wan cut off all his fucking limbs, except for the mechanical one. And then he was burned pretty much to a crisp. Hey, don't blame me. It's just the facts. This trend parallels the rise in mental health concerns amongst young women, and researchers worry that the long-term effects of the COVID-19 pandemic could amplify both patterns. It's funny how nobody talks about how a shitload of dicks fucks women up. Like instinctively when guys know that. Right? Funny, to say the least. Research shows women suffer health consequences of alcohol, liver disease, heart disease, and cancer more quickly than men, and even with lower levels of consumption. This is why a couple of weeks ago I said the modern woman is self-destructing. at a rapid rate. Okay? Perhaps the most concerning is that the rising gender inequality, Jesus Christ, the fucking clown world. Perhaps the most concerning is that the rising gender equality in alcohol use. Okay? So we got, oh, fuck me. Just fucking kill me. Just kill me. Oh, God. I'm just like at a loss for words. Clown world. Clown world. Perhaps the most concerning is that the rising gender equality in alcohol use doesn't extend to the recognition or treatment of alcohol disorders, Sugarman says. So even as women drink more, they're often less likely to get the help they need. In Cooper's case, drinking eventually led her to drop out of college at the University of North Carolina. I wonder if she paid her student loans off. She moved back home and was soon taking a shot or two of vodka each morning before heading to the office for her finance job, followed by 2 more drinks at lunch. So again, talking about earlier, women, it's a society enabling them, going back to her home and living with mommy and daddy, who are enabling her to continue her alcoholic, irresponsible behavior. I mean, if your grown daughter is living at home and you cannot pick up that she's taken 2 shots of vodka in the morning, 1, you're a shitty parent. 2, you're a shitty parent. I mean, if I had a daughter like that, I'd be like, no, you cannot live here if you are going to be a drunk. You're going to need to sober up, and I will step into your life and help you as your father. But you will not live under my household and kill yourself while I finance it. I am a good father. And any parent who's, oh, just let her do it. You know, just love her for who she is. Fuck you. Foxwolf says, modern women are Anakin burning to death by the lava river. I hate you. Oh, that's so funny and sad. When she tried to quit on her own, she was quickly pulled back by the disease, right? Oh, not her fault. Definitely the disease of alcoholism, right? It's the boogeyman. That's when I got scared. When I tried to not drink and only made it 2 days. Cooper says, now 30. I was drinking for survival, basically. No, you were drinking because you're being irresponsible. Drinking to cope. Although the gender gap in alcohol consumption is narrowing among all ages, the reasons differ. For people over 26, women are increasing their alcohol consumption faster than men. Over 26. Let's give another one to these to them. I have a disease. And the only cure is more cowbell. Among teens and young adults, however, there's an overall... Thank you, Danny Chan, for the subscriber. What does sus me daddy mean? I'm just gonna time you out on principle. I don't know what sus me means. Sustanone? Isn't that a steroid? Susteron? Sus? I don't know. I'm just going to time you out for good measure. Among teens and young adults, however, there's an overall decline in drinking. Decline is simply slower for women. Yeah, a lot of guys are regressing into video games. Because in video game world, you can still be digitally masculine. You can still conquer and kill and dominate in the digital world, right? And to an extent, it does compensate for the lack of masculinity you're allowed to enact upon in the real world. Call of Duty, perfect example. Grand Theft Auto, right? I don't know about you, but in Vice City, I love just running down the road and running over hookers in a car. When I played Vice City on PlayStation 2, I would really run over everybody. But when I see a hooker, I would like to run her over. It's just fun. It's a video game, you know. It's like you just get like really engaged in like ultra masculine behaviors. Right? And what's gaming without shit talk? Exactly. The number one thing I hate, people are like, good game, man. Good game. Like, fuck you. I lost. I hate you. Okay. That may sound like progress, says Aaron White, a senior scientific advisor at the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, but it may indicate a larger underlying issue. We have a real concern that while there are might be fewer people drinking, many of those who are drinking might be doing so specifically to try to cope. And that is problematic. Research suggests that people who drink to cope, as opposed to drinking for pleasure, have a higher risk of developing alcohol use disorder. And while every individual's reason for drinking are different, studies have found that women are more likely to drink to cope than men. Okay? In Cooper's teenage years, Jesus, what shit parents. In Cooper's teenage years, alcohol helped her overcome social anxiety. She says, then she was sexually assaulted and a new pattern emerged, drinking to deal with trauma. Yikes, bro. Fucking yikes.net. Talked about this earlier, how the trauma, you got to clear the trauma. Experience new trauma while drinking, repeat, right? Look, I literally, look at this. Experience new trauma while drinking, repeat. Literally have that here. Entitlements, top 20% guy, lack female character to feed him, blames men, gets jaded. This is where the trauma occurs. Comforts herself, new men, new dick. Erodes away herself. Guy leaves. Entitlement thinks she could still get top 20% guy. I didn't read this far down in the article when I got it. I just read the headline in the first couple sentences, but hilarious to say the least. Women are more likely to experience childhood abuse or sexual assault than men. In recent years, studies found that depression, anxiety, eating disorders, suicide are climbing amongst teenage and young women. Depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and suicide. Is it perhaps we are pushing women away from their natural order and thus it is causing them to suffer some internal turmoil? No, probably not. It's just the patriarchy's fault. When in doubt, blame men. That's the American way. Layers of stress, isolation, and trauma from COVID-19 could make things worse. One study looked, you know what's funny about coronavirus, right? In Japan, divorce rates went down during coronavirus. Divorce rates did not go up. They went down. Guess what Japan doesn't have? Alimony and child support in their divorce system. It's a one-time payment and you're done. Can't blame white people, so I don't know. Probably just lied about the numbers and statistics. Several studies found women were more likely to report rises in drinking during the pandemic, especially if they experienced increased stress. Okay. We're going to stop at this little section here. What's more, despite alcohol's temporary calming properties, it can actually increase anxiety and depression. Research suggests some studies show it may lead to depression more quickly in women than men. So it makes you depressed faster if you're a woman. It kills you faster if you're a woman. Gives you cancer faster if you're a woman. Gives you heart disease. You name it. The things are worse if you're a woman. Oh, boy. Got some more good news for you. Just going to read the headline. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Sharp off-the-chart rise in alcoholic liver disease amongst young women. Oh, Lord. 34 being diagnosed with alcoholic hepatitis. Yikes. Damage can be lethal. Survival rates for alcoholic hepatitis and cirrhosis vary, but can be as low as 10%. Oh, boy. Now, these women are the same women who have dating profiles who are like, I don't need any little dick energy. You probably have small dick. You're probably an asshole. I'm better than you. Blah, 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 blah. And pride just drives them to the grave quicker. All right? So, guys, this is the bleak and uncomfortable reality of the modern woman. I do not hate women. I'm not trying to demonize women in any way. What I'm trying to tell you men out there is women are excellent at putting on a front to make you seem like their life is all together, when the average modern woman, her life is absolute mess. Okay, for example, like they tout on and say, oh, more women get college degrees than men. Yeah, in journalism, communications, worthless degrees like psychology. Okay? Anybody who has a degree in psychology or a minor in psychology and they live in Nevada, they're a loser. Don't mind the fact that I have my degree in psychology. Do not mind the fact that Rolo has a minor in psychology. Okay? Pay no mind. But yeah, you know, these chicks have more degrees, more debt, and they're choosing shitty degrees. And they're not paying back their student loans, you know? It's just bad choice after bad choice. And this house of cards cannot stand forever. America, the West is going to get rugged, and it's going to be hilarious. Okay? So, BA in behavioral psychology. I have my bachelor's of science, okay? I have one, okay? Take that, Rolo Tomasi. Take that. But anyways, that being said, guys, that's our episode today. If you thought that was great, let me show you something that's going to be even better. The darkpass.net, man. If you think what you learned there is valuable, you're going to learn so much more. Go to the darkpass.net and get on the waiting list today to join us. And this is exactly what you get in the course. You get 1 hour video course on female psychology, uncensored, unfiltered, 100% applicable data to show you how to actually navigate the dating marketplace beyond just having sex with her. A lot of you guys just have sex with the girl and wait for her to leave. Those days can be over. Number 2, 27 psychological video profiles of different women archetypes. Okay? I'm going to show you how to profile these chicks psychologically and know what you're in for. The 100-Year Seduction webinar series. Okay? This is a series of live webinars on Zoom where you will learn the ins and outs of female psychology and seduction. And the Guided Seduction Lounge, which is a Telegram chat that lasts all the way to the end of the year. Okay, till December 31st. You can put your text messages between you and the girl in there. You can put in her pictures, her Instagram, all these things so we can tell you like, oh, listen, this girl may not be the best choice, or this girl is more like this. This, you know, give you a little idea of what you're dealing with so you can ultimately protect yourself. Okay, to top it off, this is the schedule for the 100-Year Seduction webinar training. September 1st, Mateo from Attraction Japan will be talking about the sinister reality of female psychology. September 2nd, MLD, Incremental Indoctrination. September 3rd, King Dre, To Be Declared. September 4th, Red Pill Thor, The Art of Dread Game. September 5th, Dark Triad Game will be presented by Troy Francis. September 6th, Paul, Apex Mindset, Hypnotic Voice Patterns for Seduction. This is going to be really good. September 7th, Sterling Cooper, Control Her Mind with Dirty Talk. This is an actual porn star will be in there giving you real advice. Go to Pornhub and type in Sterling Cooper and then close it immediately after you find out who he is, because don't look at porn. It's bad for you. Mateo, Attraction Japan, he comes back. Dominant Sexual Escalation. September 9th, Red Pill Thor returns, creating dominant masculine presence. Really important right here. And then September 10th, 9 p.m., Afi Kingdom. All right. You get all of this. All of this. All you need to do is go to thedarkpast.net. Put your best email address in right here. Hit yes, I want in, and you will be on the waiting list. You'll be on your way to having greater understanding right here, darkpast.net. That being said, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back here watching this show. Free consultation Friday. We can call in and get coaching from me 100% for free. All you need to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and join us here. And we'll answer all your questions 100% for free. August, every day in August, I'm live streaming on this channel. Saturday, Dude Party. We're gonna try not to get a community guidelines strike for telling the truth, and we're gonna try not to get the video deleted. Sunday, Red Pill Sunday sermons, and then Monday to Friday, regular scheduled programming. Wednesday, Tokyo Crypto Show. You name it, we got it. Money, Muscles, Game, Frame. This is your one-stop shop here on Modern Life Dating YouTube channel. So do yourself a favor, subscribe, hit the notification bell, go unsubscribe from 4 other channels, and then we're going to make a man out of you. Until then, you guys have a wonderful day. Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Peace out.